when the story time, because when you hear about story times, you hear about, oh my God, this happened, or this just in, or it's not really even a story time. It's basically just letting people know out there in the world that, like I just told my Facebook and my Instagram people and my audience out there, just don't settle. When you know you deserve what you deserve, never settle. Never, ever, 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 ever settle for somebody else's whatever they got going on. Just do that, do that, do that. Don't ever, like I said, yes, don't ever settle. First thing I want to do is show my tattoo though, because I don't know if I told y'all, and I feel bad if I didn't, but I got a tattoo covered up on my legs. It was two old tattoos that I didn't like that I got when I first started getting tatted years ago, and I thought I was grown. They wound up terrible looking, but they were small. But I got with this other guy, and he was able to cover them up for me, and I got a brand new tattoo, guys. Now I gotta put like in one of my reels or my stories up here or something like that, the old tattoo on my leg used to look like, because that's crazy. I don't know if y'all gonna be able to, yeah. So I'm gonna do it in like in a reel or whatever. But this is my new tattoo, guys. Look at my new tattoo. Look at the panther. Look at my baby. Look at him. I'm gonna do a reel, because like I said, I know y'all really can't see it, but look at my panther. Look at my baby. It's so beautiful. And I'm going to show, like I said, I'm going to do more. I'm going to do more, I promise. But you got my baby. You got my baby. You got my babies. That's my panther. That's my baby. This is part 1 session. It's not done. Trust me. It's not done whatsoever. But this is just 1 session of it. But he covered up, like I said, 2 whole tattoos. It was a 5-hour session. Or 4.5 hours. Like you're saying, I don't know. I know I walked in at 12, left in at 1. It was a lot. And like I said, I'm not, like I just told my Instagrammers, I believe my Facebookers too, I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh my God, it wasn't painful. Oh God, no. Pain. If you're going to get tattooed, it's going to be painful. And no, I ain't doing no numbing cream, because I'm going to just take it. Like, they were like, damn. She was like, no, because that's the thing. I'm not knocking people that do numbing cream. If you want to use numbing cream to make sure you're not in so much pain, do that. But with me, once I sign up for something, no numbing cream. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to feel it, and it's going to be felt. So for at least 4.5 hours, something, whoo, I felt a beautiful needle in my skin, and it hurt. And it was also just so beautiful. But that was session 1, though. I still got to go back for another session, because he did, let me see. He did the flower. I don't know if y'all can see. I don't know what y'all see on y'all screen. He did the flower, that one flower there. But he has to do this one here, and then he has to do a whole nother one here. Like I said, I hope I showed it right, but if I didn't, forgive me. But he has to do another flower, and he has to do more on a panther. Here, he has to do this flower down here. I don't know if y'all can see that. This flower down here, and then he has to do this other flower up here. So, and he has to do more in the panther too. So, like I said, it's just a lot more he has to do. But I took it very well. I took it. It hurt. Like I said, I'm not gonna be one of them people that's gonna come on here and lie. It hurt. It hurt. It hurt, God. It hurt. But it was worth it. And I'm glad I did it. And like I said, I'm getting my hand done on August the 3rd. So, yay. And I got my tattoos done my eyebrows done. Not microblading. It's called ombre or something like that. It's like basically just tattooed on, because I got tired. I didn't want to use anything as far as makeup. I'm not big on makeup, as you guys know. I don't believe in all that makeup stuff like that if I don't have to. A little mascara, a little lip gloss. I just don't like to do a lot of makeup when it comes to my skin, when it comes to my face. I can't. And then this heat, I don't know how them girls is even, you know what I'm saying? I can't. So I wanted to make it where I didn't have to mess with my eyebrows as much. So I did the ombre thing. And it's pricey. It's about 400, but they just tattoo it on. It heals after a few days, and I got to do another session. So I got to go back in another session for in like another week or two, where they can do it again. But as you can see, it's kind of patchy there. You see the little patches because it's like a tattoo. It's peeling off. This one is not too bad. But I love that I got a brow line here now, like a little without. This is not makeup. That's my regular. She's like, oh my God, my tattoo. The person who did my eyebrows, she was like, oh my God, you got a brow line, Toccara. She was like, you had a brow line under there. I said, look at that. She was like, without makeup, you got a natural brow line. I was like, who knew? But it was from years of microblading. Not sorry. It was from years of threading and just waxing. You know, women, you know, from the early 2000s on, we just wanted those beautiful arches in our eyebrow, and we just went from threading and waxing, and the next thing you know, it just comes off. You know, your eyebrow never grow back the same. So that's what happened with my eyebrows. They just started not growing back. But I still got hair there, as you can see. This is not all tattoo, but I just wanted to make it where I didn't have to put on any makeup to make my eyebrows look thicker or anything like that. I just wanted to do it, you know, in that way. So this, she said, after I do the next session, which will be the last session, will last up to 2 to 3 years. So she said, from there on, you probably just got to do it every 2 to 3 years. So I'm like, okay, that's not a problem. I can just do that. And like I said, I love that lash line that I had without makeup. I love that. Like, it's like a little lighter underneath there. And it just opens up the eye and brightens the eye a bit. So I love that. So, but yeah, let me just get into the small, you know, story time. Like I said, anybody who moves to a new state that, you know, wants to build LGBTQIA family and friendship and stuff like that, you know, it's gonna be some bumps in the road at times. It's gonna be, you know, different things that goes on. And it's, like I said, it's cool. I swear it's okay. No names. No names, because I always tell y'all, I'm not about embarrassing people, hurting people's feelings. I'm not about making people ever feel away. You know what I'm saying? This is never going to be what I'm doing. I don't care what nobody else is do on their channels with their viewers and their subscribers and their people. That's dumb. Not over here. Never over here. Like I said, we all fall short. None of us is perfect. It's just a story time. It's just, that's all it is. But as you guys know, whether it's monogamy or the lesbian poly lifestyle, I do practice both. It doesn't matter with me, you know. Love is love, you know. As far as looking for love goes, whether I choose one wife or 2 wives, that'll be my business. Whatever God, the answer universe wants to, you know, see me with when it's all said and done, that's what I'm going to be with. If they want me with 1, I'm going to be with 1. If they want me with 2, I'm going to have 2. Whatever. It's their call. It's their roll of the dice. I'm just going to be there to catch it. Like, to, you know, whatever the blessing they have, I'm just be there to receive it. But yeah, I did meet these 2 people a few days ago, a few nights ago. And women, because, you know, I'm not into anything but women. Y'all know that. And I'm going to say this, because like I said, I'm out here in Delaware, you know. I'm meeting people and having new experiences and with friends, like I said, with family and LGBTQ and just building community and stuff like that. I will say this. When you are on certain sites, whether they dating site, friendship sites, whatever, social media, whatever social media it is, and you want to talk to somebody, whether you jump in their DMs or you like their picture, whatever it is, how you get to that person, you need to tell them everything. And I know it's some people out there that would say, okay, T, a lot of people don't want to tell their life story the first time you meet them. They don't want to tell their life story, you know. They want to say something for the 2nd date or possibly even the 8th date. I get it. But when it's something that can affect you, I think it needs to be told. I'm the type of person, I would rather you tell me your life story in that first date or that first phone call even that we have, text, voice note, whatever. Tell me everything. I'm the type of person, I say, if life is a game, which I don't believe that, but if it is, That we're gonna play this, listen, we're gonna deal the cards, but they're gonna be all face up. Nothing face down. All the cards gotta be face up. So I know your hand, you know mine. We know each other hand. We know how we're gonna play this, right? So I meet these girls, these women. I meet these women. And like I said, they cool. Very nice, very down to earth, sweethearts, all of that. But then I learned the background of some things with them. As far as drama with an ex, why they can't even tell somebody they together like that. It was a couple, and basically they was looking for, like I said, somebody to join a couple or whatever like that, da da da, blah blah. But it was a poly lesbian couple. I always make that clear because, like I said, y'all know please don't play with me. Play lotto and win. Please never play with Toccara. Y'all know I'm not talking about no man or men ever. It's women, strictly women. Please don't play with me when it comes to that. Y'all know that right now. Okay, but they were looking for, somebody, to be with them and blah, blah, blah. Like I said, whether it's poly lesbian or monogamous lesbian, it is what it is with me. Love is love. I'm not going to close a door because, it's the unknown. I'd rather go find out about it. Like I said, I've been learning about the poly lifestyle since 2021. So I'm not new to this and nothing like that. So I was like, whatever. Let me just go meet them. But I had to learn a lot during that meeting. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to just say this. I wound up telling one of the young ladies through a voice note. I wound up telling her, like, hey, I'm not interested. It's not for me. You laid out, well, the person who she was with, her partner that she was with, laid out some facts to me. And I was like, it just wasn't for me, as far as the dynamic, as far as what was going on with the ex or whatever. It just wasn't for me. Yeah, it just wasn't for me. But what I was thinking about the whole time is, for a day, for hours before I sent that voice note out to that young lady, and I told her, I'm good. I'm not interested like that. We could be cool, friendship, but I can't take it there with y'all like that. For a day, I contemplated and I asked myself, could I do this? 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 She laid out the situation. Like I said, the person that she was with, she told me everything, what was going on, and how she had to be a secret and all of this other stuff, because if the ex ever found out, she would go crazy and do this, that, and the third, and whatever. I don't care about none of that. So she did lay it out for me. But I was just like, the fact that I tried to convince myself for a day that I can see past this, we would tell ourselves, we would tell God, I'll put it to you like this, we'll look up to the sky and we'll tell God, oh, I didn't see that happening. I didn't see that coming. Oh, I don't know where that came from. Oh, and God will look down at us and be like, I didn't send you, yo. You didn't see that? You didn't see that red flag? The purple one? The green one? Like, not the green one, the orange one? You didn't see none of the flags? You didn't see none of the flags that I sent before that happened? And I'm like, we will sit there and we will go back and we will analyze where we went wrong with people in this life. And I'm telling you, God will be like, you didn't see that? I didn't show you that? And he did. Like, I'm talking about for a day, I sat there with the Ancestors Universe. I mean, I was like, nah, it's cool. I can look past it. It's okay. I didn't want to be that person that felt like, I was better than anybody and that my situation is better. So, I didn't want to do that. And God kept saying, it's not that you're better, sweetheart. It's not that you think you're better or you're better. You don't need to be caught up in nothing like that. You don't have nothing to do with that. You can pull yourself out. You don't have to. No, because if you settle for anything, I'm not. No. How you gonna pray to me and manifest to me and the ancestors universe about what you want for your life, and then you're settling for somebody else's bullcrap? You don't do that. So if you're praying to me and you're manifesting to me, but you're willing to settle for somebody else's mess. What the heck? What are you praying to me for? So I literally, it took a day. And I was like, nah, I could deal with it. You know, I could see past that. You know, you hear about people crazy exes or whatever. You hear about it. So you're like, it's whatever. For a whole day, I told myself, yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. And I swear them ancestors was, when they say that somebody was pulling at you or they was in the back of your mind, it was like somebody was just like, somebody was screaming and yelling and like, for a day, something was just nagging and knowing that me like Toccara, you know what you got to do and don't play with us. You better do it. Like for a day, I try to convince myself that this was okay and that I can go into the situation, you know, as you know, absurd as it was, I could just deal with this, you know. And they wore me out for hours. For that whole day, they was like, no, no, no. So the reason why I'm making this video is the just telling anybody else out there in the world, like, don't settle when you know what you deserve and you know, and it could be love, it could be friendship, it could be family, it could be a job, it could be a car, it could be a home. When you know what you deserve, baby, when you know what you deserve and you got God screaming at you in one ear, the ancestors screaming at you in another ear, the universe is about to just literally toss something at your behind physically, like, I wish the heck you would. And then I got my angels, you know, I got my angels tattooed on my arm. Then I got my grandmother from my father's side on this arm, my grandmother from my mom's side on this arm. I got my wife, God bless her soul, on this arm. I got my child, our daughter, on this arm. I got me here. I got my angels screaming at me like, we wish, like, so many people was, we wish you would. We wish you would. We wish you would. So I was like, okay, I can't do this. So finally, like I said, I shot over the voice note to the young lady and I said, you know, I can't do this, da 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 da. As soon as I sent that voice note out, it's like something just lifted off of me and I was just like, holy shit. I just felt like, wow, okay. Because until I sent that voice note, it was just like, something was like, you better say something. You need to say something. You better not stay a part of this. You better not, you ain't dealing with this. This has nothing to do with you. This is not what you came to Delaware for. This is not what you prayed for. This is not what you manifest for. We are not doing this. And like I said, I want to make this 20% clear. It's not about feeling like you are better than anybody. Let me explain something to you. We are all spiritual beings having you know, a human experience. We all fall short. Nobody is better than nobody. I'm better than nobody. Nobody's better than nobody. When you feel like in your heart, in your spirit, in your gut, you know what you deserve, you can't ignore that. You can't ignore. And the moment you try to, depending on how prayed up you are, depending on how hard your ancestors go for you, and God go for you, and the universe, depending on how hard they go for you, they will wear you out until you make a decision to just get out of it. And I mean, I felt like I was worn out that day. I said, damn, I get it. Like, I knew what I had to do, and I didn't want to necessarily do it, but I'm glad, like I said, I did it, you know. I'm sorry, I just keep looking at my tattoo. It's so beautiful. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. But whatever. But yeah, I just that's what I was telling anybody who would ask me, okay, Toccara, so what would be your advice? What would you say to somebody? What would you tell a young lady out there or a young man, gay, straight, white, black, tall, short, skinny, fat, disabled, non-disabled, whatever it is, whatever you got going on, what would you tell somebody out there in the world? And this is what I would tell them, like, don't settle. Don't settle. Don't settle. Don't settle. I sat for a day thinking that I can settle for something I had no business even. And like I said, they wore me out. My ancestors wore me out. Like, wore, I mean, I don't even think they would have even let me sleep that night. I don't even think they would have let me, they wore me out. They was like, nope, nope, nope. We ain't letting this go. No. So once you start praying and once you start manifesting and once you start speaking to the universe and telling them what you want and what you desire and I told God, like I said, I want to be a homeowner. He said, okay, go do living, go make this extra money that you got to make. You don't have any children, you don't have any debt. My credit score went from freaking 630. Well, it started out 560 or something like that, but it went from 630. Now I'm at 750. My FICO score, the one on Credit Karma, is 762. He put me into living, started savings. Now, like I said, I'm basically just saving to put furniture to furnish my whole goddamn condo at this point, because I definitely ain't got to worry about a down payment or a closing cost. Once you start manifesting and once you start praying and once you start asking God, the universe, and the answers for something, you cannot go back on that. You know what I'm saying? You cannot, and they will test you. I swear, they will test you. How you praying for this, but you settling for that? How you praying for, how you manifesting for this, but you settle, you know what I'm saying? They will test you and you're like, oh, damn. You know? So I don't know if that was like a test or I don't know what that was, but it was like, no. You're not going to be praying and manifesting for one thing, but then you're willing to settle for something else. No. So I didn't fail that test. I wouldn't say meeting those young ladies and waiting a day to say how I felt. It wasn't a fail, but it wasn't flying colors neither. I didn't, it wasn't flying colors. I didn't pass with 100, but it was definitely a test. And I think I probably got like a 75, look. But that was just God testing me like, okay, you're praying for this, you're manifesting that, but then you willing to settle for that? Nah, you can't do that. You can't do that. You should have no. You can't do that. As soon as you found out the situation and what it was or what it wasn't, you abort, back up, U-turn, go another route, reroute. Yes, just get the heck out of Dodge. Just go. And like I said, that doesn't just go for me. That goes for, anyone that's out there that's in any situation like that, If you're praying and manifesting some things in your life and you're speaking to the universe and you're speaking to the ancestors, the universe, and God first and foremost, and you can't settle for what you know in your heart you don't truly, you don't deserve that. You don't need that. Somebody else's life, somebody else's drama, somebody else's stress, somebody else's chaos. Nobody in this world that you're going to be with is going to be perfect, but no one has the right to also bring their package deal or their craziness into your path either. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. I will. It's just certain things I would never bring to people. I'm sorry but that's me, and you gotta understand that some people don't move like you, and I get that. Like I said, I'm not expecting nobody to be me. I'm not expecting nobody to, be Toccara ever. People don't move how you move. They just don't. But I know in my heart I would never bring drama to people's lives and stress and chaos and exes and crazy ass people and stupidity and baby, no. If I can't walk into your life and make you happy and calm, if I can't be a part of the peace, quiet in your life, if I can't bring you joy, happiness, if I can't bring you, any type of spirituality, if I can't bring you any type of positivity, like I can't serenity, I can't see bringing the complete opposite of all of that. I can't do that to you. I don't want to do that to you. And I don't want nobody to do that to me. Like, honestly, I don't want that to be brought to me, you know? So, but like I said all of that, and I still wouldn't say, like, oh my God, these two people were bad, or they were horrible people, or they were, no, no, they are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people. They just made some choices. Well, one of them just made some choices that she has to unfortunately live with when it comes to her ex or whatever. The other one is just probably along for the ride, and she agreed to be a part of it because she cares for her. So she's like, she cares for her so much that she's willing to stay and have her back and just deal with that. God bless her with that. I couldn't do more than a goddamn day. I couldn't do more than a day. My ancestors was like, so what you waiting for? So what you waiting for? So what are we waiting for? So what you wait, if you don't pull yourself out of that mess, because that'll have nothing to do with you. I mean, they didn't give me a 24-hour period. What you waiting for? I mean, just wore me out. Wore me out. So that's why I tell people you gotta stay prayed up, and you gotta stay prayed up, blessed up. You gotta, girl. I'm not saying that you gotta be holier than thou. I'm not saying that you have to be in somebody's church, read somebody's Bible or Quran or do somebody's salats. I'm not saying that you gotta, pray to Buddha. I'm not saying that you gotta, chant. Whatever you do, do it. Because I sage too and burn Palo Santo too. All I'm saying is have some type of spirituality, like a connection to that spiritual world, have some type of connection there, and just make sure that you're protected in some way, shape, or form by somebody that's beyond the spinning ball beyond right now. Just make sure that your connection is up there with some people up there, because it's just, man, they will not let you get yourself into trouble at this point. I can't even get into shit. Excuse me. Excuse me. I can't even get myself into trouble anymore. I used to, in my 20s and 30s, oh God, the stories. I used to be able to get myself into trouble. I can't even get myself into trouble anymore. They like, no. They like, no. As soon as I attempt to even, oh, I could do this. I can, no, you can't. No, you're not. No, come up. No, what are you doing? Abort. Come out. Like, I can't even get myself into stupidity anymore. I can't even get myself into a situation. Thank God. Thank you, Jesus. I can't even get myself into these situations anymore. So, and I love it. I love it that they got my front back side to side. They like, nah, no, you can't pray to us and manifest to us and then turn around and do dumb stuff. No. You're not doing that. You representing us now. So you can't do that. So I said, all right, cool. You got a side to pick, you're gonna pick it every time. And I'm gonna pick them ancestors and universe and God every time. So, I had to come up out of that. So, but like I said all I have to say, like I said, never settle. Never settle. If you know in your heart what you deserve, like I said, definitely go after what you know your worth, man. Like I said, I hate to make myself sound like I said, a product, but man, Toccaras are becoming it's so rare. They are becoming so rare, man. Full-blown lesbians, no kids. No kids. No diseases. You know what I'm saying? Respect myself. Beautiful hygiene. Beautiful, period. Funny, smart. About to be a homeowner. Phenomenal credit. I'm a passenger princess. I will admit that. I'm going to get on the road. I'm going to drive, but I'm just not eager to drive. I'm just not eager to be out there on the road between these gas prices and people can't drive and stupid people on the road and road rage and just dumb shit. I'm just not like, ooh, let me get in the car. Oh, no. And then you got cars out there now, what is called Wemu. And ain't even a driver in some of them. And I'm scared because I'm like, I could see somebody getting stuck in one of them cars. I don't care what nobody say. Technology is not perfect. I can see somebody getting stuck in one of them cars. And they going into like the river. Forgive me, God. Forgive your daughter. I'm nervous about the Wemus. I'm nervous about the cars with no driver in there. I'm like, whoa. You know what? It's a catch-22 though, because then you hear about other companies like, like Uber and Lyft, all these other ones, sexual assault passengers and all this other stuff. They people and stuff. And no, so it is probably better not to have a driver, because then you ain't got to worry about stupidity and shit. But it's like a person. But I'm like, I don't see myself doing that. I don't see myself getting in a car with no driver. Like I just. But then they say, well, damn, if you got a choice, you want the driver to be a sexual assault person, or you want it to be a non-driver. I'll take the non-driver. I'll take the car. I'm gonna be scared either way. I'll be nervous either way, God, because I'm be just staring at that steering wheel and there's nobody on it, and I'm gonna be just staring at it like I'm in this car all by myself. Girl. Yo, somebody who ever been in the Wee Me, tell me, like, y'all just tell me how that is. Y'all just tell me, is that cool or not? Was y'all scared, or I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's a bad experience, but I'm just like, without a driver, where we going? Well, whatever. Anyway, I didn't come here for all of that. That might be another topic, but yes. But yeah, thank you guys who joined the live. Thank you. Greatly appreciate it. And thank you for the compliments. I did see them. In my past, I have had stupid people say stupid things, so I don't really read the comments like that. But thank you for all the compliments, stuff like that. Thank you guys so much. I read it. I read the gorgeous. I read all of that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hi, California. Hi, Russia. Hi. Okay, we got Russia in the building. Okay. I do tats too. Okay. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you to all the people. Thank y'all. All right, so I'm about to get up out of here now. Like I said, it wasn't like, that's why I said, when I say a story time, it's never going to be like, oh my God, this happened. Now, I'm not going to ever say that I'm not going to have a story time that isn't going to be this just in, because you never know. This is life. It happens. But it wasn't that deep. I just wanted to, this was more so to tell people, don't settle. Don't settle for, what you know in your heart you deserve. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Even if it takes longer for it to come into your life for whatever reason, wait. Be patient and wait. But don't settle for something that's not for you. Honestly, please, God, don't do that. Don't do that. Wait. Just wait on it. It'll happen. Just wait on it. Okay? All right, guys. I'm about to exit out. I'm going to put the video of what was on my leg up, I believe. And then I'm going to put the new video up that I just did on my leg now. Because I can't believe I didn't show YouTube the old leg before it got covered up. That is crazy. So I'm going to try to find that video, put that video up in the reel. And I'm going to put the other video up that was just the cap tattoo cover up. But as I always say at the end of my videos, you guys stay blessed out there in the world. Don't settle. Don't settle. Go after what you want. Exactly. It don't have to be perfect, because perfect don't exist. It never will. But don't settle. Don't settle, baby. Please don't settle. That's all I'm going to say with that. Peace from a nerd. And this hand, next time I see me, this hand might be done. Maybe. If I don't have another story time or another event before August 3rd, the next time y'all might see me, when this hand might be tatted up. So don't say I didn't warn y'all. Peace from a nerd. Bye.